So hello everyone and welcome to Online Study for You, a complete placement solution. In this video, we are going to talk about the Accenture pseudocode problem, networking problem, and few of the MS Word problem also. All these we are going to discuss here, and all the question that we are going to discuss here is actually asked previously on the Accenture examination. Okay, so this is the actual question which is asked by Accenture. So this video is going to be very helpful for all of you, so please be with me till the end of this video. We are going to learn a lot from it. Okay, so let's start the video. So now the first question you can see on my screen is actually a pseudocode problem. And you can see here the problem statement written is as follows, that what will be the output of following pseudocode. So we have to solve this pseudocode and then we have to tell him what will be the output. So before starting this solution of this first pseudocode problem, just I would like to share with you how actually pseudocode will be solved in a just in 1 minute. That the simple and one rule you have to follow while solving any pseudocode problem is that go to each instruction one by one from top to bottom and always move to the next instruction when your previous instruction is being done completely. And whatever will be the change happen, you have to note it up so that at the end you can get the correct output as a result. Okay, so this is the simple rule that you have to follow. Okay, so that is what we are going to do here also. So let's start. Okay, now you can see the very first instruction given to us in this pseudocode is integer p, q, and r. So we have to create three integers p, q, and r. Okay. Now, so first instruction is done. Go to the next. The next instruction says us that set the value of p to 8, value of q to 2, and value of r to 4. That means p value is now set to 8, q is now set to 2, and r will now become 4. So this is the instruction. Number 2 is also been finished. Go to the next instruction. Now the third instruction is actually an if conditional. Now we know about if conditional loop in our coding videos. What actually if conditional loop will do? So there is a condition attached with the if conditional statement. And the rule says if that condition within the if conditional statements return us the true output. That means if the condition is true, then we should go inside the if conditional statement, perform the operation inside that. Otherwise, if it will give us false, then we will check for the else condition. If it is there, we will go to perform our else condition. Otherwise, if it is not so, just end up here. Okay. So this is the simple if else conditional loop that we used to follow in our coding video. And that is same we will be applicable here also. So now let's check the conditional statement inside the if. So it says r plus 3 should be less than q. So what is the current value of r? 4. So 4 plus 3 should be less than q. What is the value of q? 2. That means it say that 7 should be less than 2. It is actually a false. That means this, this if conditional statement will actually return me false. Now, if the condition inside the if will return me false, then what is the rule? Please check for the else. That means do not perform the if conditional statement. Go and rather perform the else conditional statement. What will be the else conditional statement up here? So it is p is equal to 1 plus p. What is the value of p? Value of p is 8 equal to 1 plus p. That means 1 and p is 8. So 1 plus p would be 9. And now 9 will be allotted to this p. So now that means the p value will now change from 8 to 9. Okay. Now 6 instruction is finished. Go to the next instruction. Now again in the 7th instruction, you would see again if conditional loop would happen. Again the same rule will follow for this also. Check whether the condition associated with if gives us true and false, and accordingly we will decide whether we have to go inside the if or we have to go to the else part. Okay, so let's check the rule. It is saying r plus q plus p should be less than q plus p plus r. Now from the common sense you would see the three different value is being added, just the order will be different. So we know about the mathematical property of the summation. The order of the summation would not affect the total sum. So it is saying total sum of a three variables should be less than total sum of same three variable. It should not happen. These two always would be equal. Even if you can check also. So r plus q plus p would be r4, q would be 2, 6 plus 9 would be 17. Again, sorry, 15. Again, you would check for the other also. Q plus P plus R would again give you the same value. And it is saying the one value should be lesser than the other value. No, it should not. It will be equal. That means whatever he is saying is actually a false. If it is a false, then what we have to do? Do we have to go to check if? No. Go to the else part. So the else part saying Q is equal to R plus Q. So R plus R is what? R value is 4. So 4 plus 4 would be 8 plus Q would be 2. That means 10. Now this 10 will be updated to the value of Q. So now Q value will become 10. Okay. Now and if will have done. Okay, this if will have ended here. Now the 12th instruction would say us that P is equal to 1 plus 4 plus Q. That means 1 plus 4 is what? 5 plus Q is what? 10. That means the total value would become 15. Okay. And it will be now updated to the value of P. So now value of P will now again updated to 15. So this and if for this, which if is now ended, the upper line case, this if condition, if else condition is now ended here in the 13th instruction, 13th line instruction. Now go to the next instruction line would be 14 here. So it is saying Q is equal to 4 plus 3 plus Q. So 4 plus 3 is what? 7 plus Q. Q value is 10. So it will become ultimately 17. Now 17 is being associated with Q. Now we just have to print what is the value of P plus Q plus R. So add 15 plus 17 plus 4. What it equal to? I think it is equal to 36. Do we have to check whether 36 is present as an option? Yes. The second option is 36. So you have to tick that option and you will get the exact correct marks. Now you have seen what I have told you, the only rule to solve any pseudocode problem is to just go each instruction one by one and perform accordingly. You have to know about what is if else condition, but I am considering that you have that kind of basic knowledge about. So this kind of question can be easily solved by you if you follow this instruction. Just remember one thing. Generally, most of the people do the mistakes in the calculation part. So please write everything whatever you are doing. Okay, so that the chances of doing the miscalculation would be much less. Otherwise, many of you would done everything correct, but they would done a silly mistake in miscalculation and they will not able to find the correct answer in the given time because you have a limited time to solve this kind of problem. Okay, so this is the very first problem. So I think you have all understood this problem. Now let's go and check the very important second problem. Now the second problem is very important. It is actually basically a recursion based problem. Okay. And what is a recursion? Where a function is calling to itself. Okay, where a function is calling to itself is called a recursion function with the different parameter. We are going to see it up here. Okay, see it very carefully. So it is saying, the question says to us that what will be the output of following pseudocode for A is equal to 9 and B is equal to 5. So we have been given earlier in this question also, we have two variable A and B. The value of A is initially 9, value of B is 5. We have been told that what will be the output of the below pseudocode. So go and do the below pseudocode. Now the pseudocode functionality is same as we have discussed earlier. Read each instruction one by one and then go to the next instruction. Okay. So the very first instruction that we encounter here is this. So it is written integer of 1 and inside that two integer variable A and B have been passed. So it looks like a function which is of data type integer, so that it would return a value at the end would be of integer data type. And the function fun is that's the name of the function. And A and B are two parameters. We know about A and B because we have been given in the question itself the value of A and B initially. So for this function, the very first function, the value of A is 9, value of B is 5. It is being passed. So now let's go to the next instruction. The very first instruction inside this function is a if loop. Again, we have discussed how if conditional loop will work. Go and check its condition. It depends upon the condition whether it gives a true or false, so that we could go inside the if, or we just go to the else part if available, or just stop going inside the if. So this is the condition, simple and basic rule that you have to follow always. So what is the condition inside the if? So if you look carefully, so B XOR A, it is actually a XOR operator. Okay. And here it is written if B XOR A is greater than A minus B, and is what? It is logical and. It is logical and. And the next operation is B XOR A should be greater than 7 minus B. Clear. So what it is actually saying us, okay, that if B XOR A is greater than A minus B, and again if B XOR A is greater than 7 minus B, if both of them are true, because logical AND will say if both are true, then only I will give you true. In all other cases, let's say if one is false or if other is false, okay, if the first is false, if second is false, or if both are false, in all of the three cases, I will give you the false. So logical AND will give me true only when both the condition alongside with this logical AND will give me true. So this is the logical AND operator, how it is work. Now let's talk about how XOR will work. So XOR is actually a bitwise operator. So it work bitwise operator. So it work on binary numbers. If you don't know about what is binary number, how to convert a number from decimal to binary, go and check out our previous video, or you can comment down also. We can make a separate video on that, because this is a separate topic to discuss. Okay. So bitwise operator will work on a binary number, but since B and A's value is given to us as A value is 9, B is 5, it is actually a decimal number. So there is a number in decimal format. We have to change the number into the binary format. How to change? Divide the number by 2 till you get the value to be at 0, and whatever will the remainder, take it in reverse order. So there is a rule to change a number from decimal to binary. I'm currently hoping that you all know that. If anyone haven't still any doubt, comment down, we can make a separate video on that. Okay, in our Achievers batch, in Accenture batch that is being going on currently on online study for you platform, if I would tell you about that here, you can see here the batch actually going on, the Accenture crash course batch that you can enroll if you are preparing for the Accenture examination. If your examination is within a week, 15 days, 30 days, whatever it could be, you can prepare from this course very easily. All the thing is being covered here. We are conducting a daily basis live class for you guys only, where we are discussing the latest trend questions, latest question that has been asked in the Accenture examination previously. All the thing, all your doubts is being covered there. Apart from that, you could also get pre-recorded video on each topic. Okay, like you can see, if you would see here, let me go to the content part once. Okay, the content part, you can see verbal ability, all the topic is being covered in very detailed manner. So you can go and check out, like say Sudoku 22 videos being there. And here everything is being discussed, that how to solve different kind of Sudoku. 3 and 4 hours of lecture is only been present on there. 1 hour lecture I have only covered on that these topic, that how to convert a number from decimal to binary, binary to decimal in just a few seconds. There is multiple tips and tricks that we are going to discuss in the other videos, but here our focus is to solve the pseudocode problem. So just I'm telling you, so this is a bitwise XOR operator. It works on the binary number. So because we are currently dealing with the decimal number, so we have to convert it to the binary number. So if you know how to convert a number, it is very good. If you don't know, you can comment down, we can make a separate video on that. So if we convert the 9 into a binary number, then what it could be? So 8 1, okay, 0 0 and 1. So it is actually a binary representation of 9. Now we talk about what is the binary representation of 5. It is I would say 0 1 0 1. It is the binary representation of 5. Okay, if we talk about that, right? Now, what actually XOR will do? This XOR operator will do. So XOR will say, if I take 1 XOR 1, I'm taking with the binary values, or 0 XOR 0. If I take XOR of the same values, I will give you the value as 0. Otherwise, if I take the XOR of different value, that if I take the XOR of 0 and 1 or 1 and 0, I will give you the value as 1. So this is the rule that XOR operator will follow. So let's follow the same here. So let's look at what we have to find? 9 XOR 5. For that, write it here 0 0 1 and 0 1 0 1. Okay. Now let's take the XOR. So 1 1 same. When the value will be same, I will give you 0. Same value 0. Different value 1. Different value 1. So the total value will become what? 1100. If we convert it into decimal, so 8 and 4, 12. So if we take XOR between 9 and 5, what value we can get? 12. Okay. What value we could get? 12. Clear? So now what will happen now? So that means the B XOR A will be 12. So it is 12. And A minus B is what? A minus B is 9 minus 5 is 4. So 12 is obviously greater than 4. No worries. So it is true. But we have to check the other also to be true, so that we can kill, say, whole condition to be a true. So again, B XOR A will give you same value 12. And 7 minus B is what? 7 minus B is whatever. It could be 2. So obviously 12 is greater than 2. So both the condition are true. So true and logical and true. You can see here. Both are true. Then I will give you ultimate value as true. That means this function will return me true at the end. So if conditional loop will return you true, what you will do? You will go inside the if conditional. Okay. You will go inside the if and perform your operation if it is true. So now what it says, look at it. Let me change my color. So A is equal to B plus 3. So what I would have to do? B is what? B is currently 5. So 5 plus 3 would be 8. It will be updated to A. So now the value of A would be not 9 but 8. Now the next instruction say B is equal to A plus 1 plus B. So A plus 1 is what? 9 plus 1? Sorry, no. Now the value of A is changed. So 8 plus 1 is 9 and 9 plus B is what? B value is 5, so 14. That means value of B will now become 14. So it will be changed to 14. Now A is equal to B plus 2. So what is the value of A? B plus 2 would be 16. Okay. Now what I have to do? Look at it. Now the recursion function is being called. Now I have to return. Return means what? Get back. Get back the value. What value I have to get back from this function? Because I'm asking from this parameter function. So what I have to return? I have to return A minus, so what is the value of A? 16. So I have to return 16 minus fun of B comma B. What is the value of B? 14 comma 14. Now what it means? We have to return, let me erase it. We have to return 16 minus 14 comma 14. What it means? So again, what is this fun 14 comma 14? So again, the same function is being called because this one is this. Okay. And just the parameter will be now different. So I'm again calling from this function, the previous function with this parameter, I'm calling a new function with a different parameter 14 comma 14. So this is actually, you can call it a recursion function. So 14 comma 14 will be the new parameter for the new function. Let's go and check what will be the value for this, because I'm asking the value from this parameter. So I have to check that what the value it will return. So for 14 comma 14, what we go inside the if loop. Now B XOR A would be what? So B XOR A is nothing. 14 comma 14 XOR 14. 14 XOR 14. So if I would say you the XOR of the same number, even if you can convert it into the binary and then check, or you can check it directly, the XOR of the same number will always return you 0. The XOR of the same number will always return you 0. This is for sure. You can check it also. If you convert 14 into the binary operator, then it would be what? 18, 6. So 1, 1, 1 and 0. This is the binary operation of 14. How I'm just converting it into just within a few seconds. You are going to get to know all these tricks in the video. Okay. If you want, you can comment down. Okay. So 14, XOR 14 would be what? The XOR of the same number would be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So all of this will ultimately comes to be a value as 0. So that means B XOR A for this new function would be 0. And it is saying 0 is greater than A minus B. A minus B is again 0 because 14 minus 14 is again 0. So will 0 is greater than 0? No, it is not. That means the very first condition is itself false. Now in the logical AND, even if one condition will be false, you can call ultimately whole function to be a false. This is the logical AND rule. Okay, I have discussed that earlier on when I have drawn the table of logical AND. So that means the overall function will return now false for the new function, what I am discussing with the parameter as 14, 14. That means if this if condition is false, then do I have to go to this part? No, I do not have to go to this part. So where I will go? I will go to the next part. The next part is this, and if. So I will end my operation of if condition here for this particular function. And I will go to the ninth operation. The ninth operation would say a is equal to a plus 2. So what is the value of a currently? 14. So 14 is equal to 14 plus 2 would be 16. So the new value of a would become, so for this function a and b will be 14 and 14. But now the new value of a would become 16. Okay. Now I have to return a minus b. So 16 minus 14 would be what? 2. It would be returned. Where it would be returned? From where it is being called. So it is being called from this function. So now this function will return me the value of 2 because it is returning here 2. Now since the value is returned, so from the previous function when I have called to this function that I have to return the value of 16 minus function of 14, 14. Now 14, 14 have returned its value to be 2, so that I get to know, okay, now I have returned my value of 16 minus 2 as 14. So what this function will return me? 14. So what will be the output? 14. Let's check whether 14 is there or not. Yes, 14 is there. So you could say in this way, we could solve the recursion based pseudocode problem. We just have to do the instruction as follows. If you go inside the if there is a recursion function, call it and go till the time it will not return you back. When it will return you back, get the value from it and return your overall answer. That is what we are doing here. So you can see we have solved two kind of problem. The very first problem is just straightforward. The second problem is actually very good in a recursion based, where we also learn about the bitwise operators. Okay. Now let's go and check the third problem. Again, the third problem is again very interesting problem. You can see we have three integers a, b, and c. So let's do it. A, B, and C. Now in the next line, the value is being assigned to A, B, and C respectively. A is being assigned value 5, B is being assigned value 6, C is being assigned value 6. Clear. Now in the next line, B is being assigned value 10 XOR C. So 10 XOR, what is the value of C? 6. So we have to get the value of this. For that, what we have to do? We know about already, convert the 10 into the binary number. If we have to convert 10 into the binary, it will look like this. 8 plus 2. Okay. This way. And 6 to the binary this way. Let's take the XOR in between them. If there will be no number, okay, let me erase it. If there is no number, so let's mark it as 0. Now let's take the XOR, bitwise XOR of them. The XOR rule say if the both are same, I will give you 0. Both are same, I will give you 0. Different, I will give you 1. Different, I will give you 1. So 1, 1, 0, 0. It is actually nothing but 12. So the value comes to be 12 to us. When we take 10 XOR 6, the total value which comes to us is 12. Now where this 12 will go? It will be assigned to B. That means the value of B will now change to 12. Now what I have to do? Now our task is just simple. Go to this if condition. Let me erase it. Go to the if conditional statement. Again, the same condition will happen. Go and check the condition. If it is true, you just have to go inside the if. If not, go to the else part if available or just skip it. So the rules say, you can say what is the condition. The very first condition is b plus a should be less than a plus b, and logical or. Now in previous question we have discussed about logical and. Now here we are going to discuss about the logical or. What this logical or will do? So logical or will say if any one of them are true, if any one of them are true, okay, or if both of them are true, in all the condition I will return you true. That if I say anyone is true, I will say overall condition to be true. I will only say it as false when both of them are false. Okay. The same opposite to what logical and would say. Logical and have said if both are true, then only I will give you true. Otherwise, I will give you false. Here it is said if both are false, then only I will give you false. Otherwise, if anyone are true, I will give you true. So that is the case. Let's check. So the condition saying b plus a should be less than a plus b. It is straightforward false because how the sum of the two numbers should be less than the other sum. Okay. Now the logical or will say, let's check this also. C is greater than B. What is the value of C? C is not greater than B. That means it is again false. So you can see both are false. If both are false, then only overall function will be considered as false. that means this function should be considered to be a false, so that we will not go inside the if, and the if is ended here, so we will just skip it and go to the next instruction. The next instruction would say a is equal to b plus c plus c. So what is b? B is 12. What is c? 6. And what is c? 6. So it is nothing but 24. So 24 is being assigned to a. So the new value of a is directly become 24. Clear? Now again it is saying that again the if condition will happen, and the condition associated with that would say 5 plus 5 should be less than 5 plus c. So 5 plus 5 is 10, should be less than 5 plus c. C is 6. So 6 plus 5 would be 11. Yes, 10 is less than 11. That means it is true. If it is true, go inside the c. C is equal to b plus b. That means b plus b would be again 24. Okay, so it is now the value of c will now become 24. Now what I have to do, just print a plus b plus c. So what is a plus b plus c? 24 plus 12 plus 24. So it is nothing but 60. So the value at the end, you can see no option is being given, but whatever the option is already been given in the question, but we do not have the picture of that. But whichever option amongst them would be comes to be 60, we have to tick it. That would be our correct answer for this pseudocode. I think from this previous 3 pseudocode, you get the understanding that how you have to solve the pseudocode in the examination like Accenture or any other examination. Now let's discuss one more pseudocode before moving to the networking question. So this pseudocode would say, again, a very good pseudocode problem. Go and do the instruction as follows. So the instruction say, take 3 integer value a, b, and c. Mark the value of a as 5, b as 2, and c as 7. Okay. Now the if condition will happen. If condition will say, if b plus c plus a is greater than b plus c plus a. If you would just, without solution, just break it down, it will look like b plus 2c plus a should be greater than b plus c plus a. Obviously, it is true, na? B plus 2c plus a should be always be greater than b plus c plus a, because all the value are positive. If there would be any value which are negative to us, then it could be a chance to be there. This value could be negative, it could be lesser than the other one. But since all the value are positive, so obviously this is a true. You can also check it down, okay, but the common sense will happen. You have to apply it somewhere, okay. So it will comes to be true. Since it is true, so we have to go inside the if. That means we do not go inside the else, okay, because we can go inside if only or else only, okay, if they will come to be together. So go inside the if. Now inside if, again there is a if condition. It is saying if one is greater than c and logical and. We have discussed about what is logical and. If both of them are true, then I consider whole condition to be a true. So let's check the first condition. The first condition is saying that 1 should be greater than c. What is the value of c currently? 7. 1 will be never be greater than 7. So we can see the very first condition itself is false. So the if conditional is, the logical and operator will say if anyone will be false, I will ultimately the whole function will comes to be false. So there is no need to check the next function. If one is false, then I would consider the both of them are false. So the overall function to be considered to be a false. If it is false, so do not go inside the if, go inside the else part. Now the else part would say c is equal to a plus a. So what is the value of a? 5. So 5 plus 5 would be 10. It would go to c. So c value would now become 10. Now what I have to do? So now c is equal to 10. Go to the end of. Do we have to go to the else part? No, do not have to go to the else part. So what we have to do? This if condition will be ended here and go to the 16th line directly. It is saying b is equal to a XOR 8. So XOR operator is again happening and 8. And a. So first discuss about this XOR operator. So a XOR 8, what it could be? What is the value of a? The value of a is 5. So we just have to get to the, we just have to get to the value of 5 XOR 8. Okay. So what is 5? If we convert it into the binary, 1 0 1. And 8 would be nothing but 1 0 0 0. Okay, let's take it to 0 for the calculation part. Let's take XOR in between them. So 1 0 would be 1 0, 1 0 would be 1 and 1. Now the total value will be 8 plus 4 plus 1 would be 13. So if we take 5s or 8, it will come as 13. So this value will come as 13. But now we have to take logical AND with A again. So what is A? 5. So what logical AND will do? We have discussed about the XOR operator in earlier question. This is bitwise AND, not logical AND. Sorry, bitwise AND. Bitwise AND. It will look like this only. Okay, the single AND. Now it will say if both are 1, then I will give you 1. If any one of them are 0, whether it could be first or second or both, I will give you in all of the cases as 0. So this is the bitwise AND operator. So let's do it. So we have to do 13 and 5. So we know about 13. We already know this is the binary form of 13, and 5 we already know 0, 1, 0, 1. Let's take AND operator. So 1, 1, 1, nothing to worry. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, and 0, 1, 0. Now if you have to convert it into, it will again become 5. It will become 5. So 1, 0, 1 will become 5. So it means 13 and 5 would become 5. So ultimately, the total value after the calculation would become 5. It will now update it to P. Now we just have to print A plus B plus C. Now it will become what? A value is 5. Okay, B value is now updated to 5. Sorry. A is 5, B is 5, and C is 10. That means the overall value would become 20. So whichever option amongst them would be considered to be 20 would be our correct answers. Okay. So you can see how the pseudocode can be solved in the Accenture examination. We just have to follow the simple rule, go each instruction one by one, do the operation, and you will ultimately get your correct answer. Okay, so these are the pseudocode problem that I have discussed today. Now let's go to the networking question, discuss few of it. Okay, quickly. So the very first question you could see the OSI model question. In computer networks, you have learned about the OSI model. Okay, the 7 layers of OSI model. The question is being framed from there on. You can see that in OSI model, which of the following contains the information in the form of segments? So if you have learned about the OSI model functioning, so the network layer, what the network layer will do? So in network layer, the data will comes in the form of packet. In physical layer, it will come in the form of data bit. In data length layer, it will come in the form of frames. So that means only term left to be transport layer in which the data is in the form of segments. So the correct answer for this would be segment. That in the transport layer actually, okay, the data, the contains information in the form of segmentation. If you learn about, that's why I've told you in my multiple video, the recorded video, you can also find the computer networks recorded video that I have recorded, and in live classes also I have taken these classes where I have discussed about these 7 layer of OSI model in detail. Because in networking, generally 50% of the chances would be there if question can be framed, that can be framed from this OSI model. Okay, because very important thing is being there. Now the next question you can say from the memory management, you can say it is saying that memory optimized instance are useful for what? Okay, so memory management. So you can say distributed web scale cache store. So it is correct. Okay, there is a when very large amount of memory would come, then we have to distribute it. Okay, and in memory database, no, it is not. But the real time big data analytics, yes, it is. Okay, so the correct answer for this is 1 and 3. The B option would be correct for this problem. Now you can go to the next question. Again, you can say the networking question we got. Which of the following network security protocol is ideal for the protecting sensitive data and securing? You learn about it is very easy question. SSL. Okay. Very server socket layer. We learned about this in computer networks, and we also heard about this very much, that it is a network security protocol for protecting the sensitive data, okay, and securing all the data. This SSL is very important. So it is actually, I consider a very easy question to be. Now the next question you can see from the cloud, okay. The cloud question you can see the Google Cloud Compute Engine. Which of the following prerequisite is able to create VM instance? So virtual machine instance which you create generally in the Google Cloud Computing Engine, what is required? So all the three is being required actually. You need to have a project over which you can access that. You need to have a billing account where you can have the billing of the particular data that you are using onto, and you have to have the APIs. Okay, Compute Engine API should be enabled to transfer the or enrich the data on the cloud computing. So all the three factors should be important. So the correct answer for this would be all one, two, three. Okay. Now the next question you could see, this is generally for the MS Word, or you can say general thinking question, that when you single click on a folder icon, whenever in a computer you could single click on a folder icon, what will happen? So actually it is being selected. Whenever you single click on any folder in your computer, what will happen? It is being selected. Okay. So the folder is being selected. That would be the answer. Now the last question that we are going to discuss today, very important question you could see here, that in MS Word, which of the following formatting options should be used to change the case on the selected text? So when you use the word MS Word generally, so what will happen there? Okay. So you could see on the top, these kind of label would be there through which you can select. If you want to bold your text, what will be the style of your text, like say calibri, what will be the formation, underline, all the thing you can discuss from there. So here every, you can see instruction is marked with some number. So he's saying that which of the following formatting options should be selected to change the case. That means from the lower to upper, lower a to smaller a, lowercase, uppercase to lowercase, or from the lowercase to uppercase. If we have to do that, what we have to do, then that would be done by this. You can see this. I'm highlighting this. This upper and lower a will be there. So this is actually marked with 25 number. So this is the button through which we can change the case from lower to upper and from upper to lower in the MS Word. So the correct answer for this will be the 25. The B option will be correct. So you can see this kind of question can be asked. I've discussed multiple kind of question, the pseudocode also, different kind of pseudocode. Each question I've discussed as a pseudocode will be of different kind. And then I've discussed with you few of the networking question also. So if you really like this video, please like down this video, comment down what you do want from us to do in the future, so that that can encourage us also to do that kind of videos for you in the futures also. If you haven't subscribed our channel yet, please subscribe, do subscribe, because we are bringing you these kind of videos on the regular basis whenever your exam will come. Okay, so it will help you in preparation also. And if you really are serious about your preparation and you want to prepare from a collective resource, so there is a no better place than this. You can see here Accenture crash course, that online study for you platform have bring you on their platform. You can see all the thing is being collectively present to here, and along with that you have the live class features that has its own benefit. And you could also attempt the 10 free mock test series, which also actually helps you to access assess your what actually how much your preparation is going on, to which topic you have to work more. And again, you can come to the playlist, work from here. In the live class also you can ask your doubt, and all the thing would be covered in the single course. So please do consider this course. If you are really preparing for this Accenture examination, you will not regret. Okay, the price is also very less. You can find the link of this particular course in the description of the body. Okay, so that is all from my side to this particular video. We are going to meet in some other videos. Okay, thank you.
So hey, hey everybody, welcome back to Online Study for You channel, and this is Upasana Singh, SD1 at Flipkart. So today we'll be solving the another question from ACCENTURE series. Right now we have solved one more question. With the video is out already there, so you can watch that first, and you can then come to this question, or you can watch that question post this question. So let's see how we can solve this question and what this question is. So first, let's start with understanding the question. The question is, a ship needs to transport people from point A to B. So let's create a ship. Here is a ship and here's a point A destination, that is from where we need to start. And it suppose this is a destination point B. So I'll start from here and I need to reach here. Now, if ship has a capacity C, so ship's capacity is C. It can hold these many peoples only. Now there are total of n number of people. So total there are n number of people. Now, yeah, what our task is? Our task is to return the number of round it has to make to ship all these people. Suppose in first round I uh, took C people, and suppose n is greater than C. So in next I will take another C until all the people are not reached at this point, at this site. So this is what I need to do. I need to tell the number of rounds the ship needs to make to ship all the people. Now let's see and understand this particular thing with the help of example as well. Suppose my capacity is 30 and there are 5 people I need to ship. So I'll go from this point to this point, right? This is my point A, this is my point B. Now at first, in the first round, I took 30 people from here to there, right? So 30 people came in. What are the remaining people? Let's minus 30, it will be 5 and it will be 4, right? 45 people are still there. In the next round, I again took 30 people. So in the second round, I again took 30 people and I make them reach here. So now here we have 60 people and here the remaining people are 15 people. So in the last round, I again took 15 people and I took 15 people from here to here in the third round. And now all the people are here, and here if you see, here are 0 people remaining. So this is how many number of rounds I made. I made 3 rounds in total to ship all the people from point A to point B. Now this is how we need to solve this question, and this is what we need to do. How we can solve this question now, right? So simply what we will do, we'll take C and N as the input. Now we know the capacity and now we know the N. Now suppose what we need to find, we need to find the number of rounds. And if you see the number of rounds is somewhere the question revolves around the question that will be getting after dividing C and N. Okay. So if I find N divided by C, in case of that is 75 divided by 30, I'll get 2. And the remainder, because since it is not fully divisible, so there is some remainder. And since if there is some remainder pending, if there is some remainder pending, then what can I say? There will be one more round. There will be one more round. So I'll be finding the remainder, and if it is greater than 0, then I'll be adding 1 to this answer, else this will be my answer, right? If suppose if there were 60 people, then 60 divided by 30, and in 2 rounds I would have completed it. But since there are 75 people, so there will be 2 plus 1 round. That is, if there is a remainder, there will be remaining people as well, and those we need to ship in the last round. So that remaining people will add 1 more round, and hence answer will be question plus 1 if there is a remainder. So this is how we need to solve, and I hope you got it a bit. That is, we will take the, let's clean the board. Okay, so what will be the approach now? First, take the N and C as input, then find the rounds in the initially, that will be N divided by C, right? And now check if N% C is not equal to 0, then add, then my rounds, total rounds will be rounds then my total rounds will be rounds plus 1. Else, this will be the output only. So, lastly, I'll print the output, that is the rounds I am getting. Okay, so this is how I can solve this question. Now, let's quickly see how we can code this as well. Again, deleting everything. Okay, let's move to the coding part. So here's a well-written code for it. And first I took the ship capacity and total people. I took them as an input. Then I took the total rounds, that is total people divided by ship capacity. Then I again took the, I could have took the remainder as well. Okay. Okay. Then I again took the took the count of remaining people, and if remaining people are greater than 0, then I'll add one more round so that I can shift them from point A to B, and finally I'll be uh, giving the output as a total round. So this is how we can solve this question, and I hope you got it. If you have any doubts, then let us know in the comment section below. And also, if you want this code, you can check the description box below. You will be finding the code there. I hope you got this question, and there are a lot more questions in this series of essential questions. So keep watching these questions. Bye. So hey everybody, welcome back to Online Study for You channel, and this is Upasana Singh, SD1 at Flipkart. So today we'll be solving the another question from ACCENTURE series. Right now we have solved one more question. With the video is out already there, so you can watch that first, and you can then come to this question, or you can watch that question post this question. So let's see how we can solve this question and what this question is. So first, let's start with understanding the question. The question is, a ship needs to transport people from point A to B. So let's create a ship. Here is a ship and here is a point A destination, that is from where we need to start. And it suppose this is a destination point B. So I'll start from here and I need to reach here. Now, if ship has a capacity C, so ship's capacity is C. It can hold these many peoples only. Now there are total of n number of people. So total there are n number of people. Now, yeah, what our task is? Our task is to return the number of round it has to make to ship all these people. Suppose in first round I took C people, and suppose n is greater than C. So in next I will take another C until all the people are not reached at this point, at this site. So this is what I need to do. I need to tell the number of rounds the ship needs to make to ship all the people. Now let's see and understand this particular thing with the help of example as well. Suppose my capacity is 30 and there are 5 people I need to ship. So I'll go from this point to this point, right? This is my point A, this is my point B. Now at first, in the first round, I took 30 people from here to there, right? So 30 people came in. What are the remaining people? Let's minus 30, it will be 5 and it will be 4, right? 45 people are still there. In the next round, I again took 30 people. So in the second round, I again took 30 people and I make them reach here. So now here we have 60 people and here the remaining people are 15 people. So in the last round, I again took 15 people and I took 15 people from here to here in the third round. And now all the people are here and here if we see, here are 0 people remaining. So this is how many number of rounds I made. I made 3 rounds in total to ship all the people from point A to point B. Now this is how we need to solve this question and this is what we need to do. How we can solve this question now, right? So simply what we will do, we'll take C and N as the input. Now we know the capacity and now we know the N. Now suppose what we need to find, we need to find the number of rounds. And if you see the number of rounds is somewhere the question revolves around the question that will be getting after dividing C and N. Okay, so if I find N divided by C, in case of that is 75 divided by 30, I'll get 2. And the remainder, because since it is not fully divisible, so there is some remainder. And since if there is some remainder pending, if there is some remainder pending, then what can I say? There will be one more round. There will be one more round. So I'll be finding the remainder, and if it is greater than 0, then I'll be adding 1 to this answer, else this will be my answer, right? If suppose if there were 60 people, then 60 divided by 30 and in 2 rounds I would have completed it. But since there are 75 people, so there will be 2 plus 1 round. That is, if there is a remainder, there will be remaining people as well, and those we need to ship in the last round. So that remaining people will add one more round and hence the answer will be question plus 1 if there is a remainder. So this is how we need to solve and I hope you got it a bit. That is, we will take the, let's clean the board. Okay, so what will be the approach now? First, take the N and C as input, then find the rounds in the initially, that will be N divided by C, right? And now check if N% C is not equal to 0, then add, then my rounds, total rounds will be rounds then my total rounds will be rounds plus 1. Else, this will be the output only. So, lastly, I'll print the output, that is the rounds I am getting. Okay, so this is how I can solve this question. Now, let's quickly see how we can code this as well. Again, deleting everything. Okay, let's move to the coding part. So here's a well-written code for it. And first I took the ship capacity and total people. I took them as the input. Then I took the total rounds, that is total people divided by ship capacity. Then I again took the I could have took the remainder as well. Okay. Okay. Then I again took the took the count of remaining people, and if remaining people are greater than 0, then I'll add one more round so that I can shift them from point A to B, and finally I'll be uh, giving the output as a total round. So this is how we can solve this question, and I hope you got it. If you have any doubts, then let us know in the comment section below. And also, if you want this code, you can check the description box below. You will be finding the code there. I hope you got this question, and there are a lot more questions in this series of essential questions. So keep watching these questions. Bye. So, hey everybody, welcome back to Online Study for You. And this is Upasana Singh, SD1 at Flipkart. And today we'll be solving another question from Essential series. We have already solved few more questions. You can watch those as well for a better preparation. With this, let's start with this question. So, what a question says is we'll be given two strings, string A and string B. Our task is to find the leftover string A after removing all the letters that are present in string B. So, question seems to be easy. Let's see how we can solve this. So, this is my string A and this is my string B. Now, I'll be removing all the letters that are in string B from string A. So, A is there in string B. So, I'll be removing this from string A. Then B is also there in string B. So, I'll be removing this letter B. So what's the remaining is C, C. So, that will be my output. So, this is the question. Now, how we can solve this question, right? So, somewhere I need to do some comparison or something, right? I need to delete the letters if they are in B, right? So, what I'll be doing is I'll be storing them, the letters in some map. So, suppose this is my map. Okay. And what I'll do is first I'll store the letters of string A in this map. So, first we'll have A, and around A we will be having 1, right? This is present. This is A is present in string B. Similarly, B is present in string A. C is present in string A. Now I'll again traverse this with the help of string B. So I'll check if the letters of string B are present here. So A is present. Now what I'll do, I'll remove this. So I'll make the count as 0. I'll make this as 0. That is, it is present in string B as well. Then I will traverse the next element and I'll check B is also present in string B. So I'll make it 0. That is, it is present in string B. We can't, this is already present in B. So I have marked it. Now, after traversing string B, I'll again traverse this map, and whatever, I will again traverse the string A, and if the letter of string A is not marked as 0, then I'll print that, or else I won't print. So A is present, A is marked as 0, that is, it is in string B. Again, I'll check for another A, it is present, it is marked as 0. B is also marked at 0. Second B is also marked at 0. When I came to C, I checked that C is not marked at 0. So I'll print this letter. Again, next C, this is also not marked at 0. So I'll print this as well, and this will be my output. So what approach I'm taking? I'm taking a map. First, I'm storing the letters of A string, and I'm marking it with 1 as a value. Now I'm traversing string B. I'm traversing string B, and if the letter in the map is there, if that letter is in the map is there of string B, then I'm marking it as 0. Then again, I'm traversing string A and I'm checking if if the value in the map for that particular character is 1, then I'm simply printing that or storing that value in another string. And that is how I'm solving it. So I hope you got a bit of a clarity that how we are doing this question. If not, then don't worry, we'll be seeing the code as well and we'll be understanding the code as well. So let's see how we can code this particular question and how the coding part is being done. Okay, quickly let's clean the screen first so that you can see the code clearly. Da, da, da. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see. So here's the code. First, I took both the string A and string B as input. Then I took one map, and this code is in C++. So I took map, which will be storing the character, and corresponding to it, I'll be storing 1 and 0 as the marking, that if it's only present in string A or if it is present in both the strings. So first I traversed the string A and stored the characters with the value 1 in the map. Now I traverse the string B, and if the B's character, the character in string B is also present in the map, then I'm marking it as 0. That it's no, this character we can't take, this is not a leftover, it is present in A and B both. Then I am taking answer string and I'm again traversing it and I'm checking if that character is not marked as 0, then I'm simply adding it as a part of my answer, and lastly I'm outputting the answer. So if you'll see, I took this as a string A, this as string B, and my output is this as string CC as a answer. So this is the correct value and this is how I can code it. So right now, this is one of the questions that we solved. There are more questions already uploaded. You can watch those as well. And if you have any doubts in between, let us know in the comment section below. If you want this code, check the description box below. You will find the code there. I hope you got it, and we'll be bringing more solutions and more questions to the actually asked question in Accenture. So keep watching online study for you. That's it. We'll meet in the next video. Bye.